truth uncensored. My whole network viral. 12 and a half get you a quarterback. I got them shits flying like spirals. I like my truth.
I don't want to talk about this next story right here, man, because this one is, I think it's gonna be a real good, piece topic for us, because we've done a lot of videos on this and we talked about this in the last year. I will say at least a few times. But anyway, according to a report, the NYPD has launched a rap unit to monitor crime at hip hop shows. The operation is run by New York Police Department's Enterprise Operations Unit and organizes a list of rap shows ranging from low to high risk of violent or drug-related incidents taking place. Now, the specialized team potentially gathers these events weekly and uses undercover officers to hit events and keep tabs on individuals or acts who may have caught their attention. Now, they even go on to list people that they are watching, and a few of the names are Remy Ma, 50 Cent, and Tekashi 6ix9ine. Now, this comes from an NYPD spokeswoman, Jessica McRorie, and she says hip-hop police, saying the enterprise unit focuses on venues or entertainers that have been connected with past acts of violence regardless of musical genre. The primary goal of EOU is to anticipate based on past incidents where there's a significant likelihood of violence and take steps to prevent people from being hurt or worse. Now, this source comes from the New York Post, I should say, and the NYPD actually speaking out against this. And the first thing I would say about this article is no shit.
Yeah.
We know about this shit at the end of the day, but it goes to show you that. And then here's another angle before I let you go, Sam, man.
You good.
Is what I talked about. It goes to show, like, yo, when things happen, could it really be the police or an informant or agent of somebody popping some shit off just to get some shit popping? But let's just say, you in a venue and somebody's on probation or something. So you get a fucking police officer in plain clothes to go up and get some shit popping and get, just to get something going. And next thing you know, this person has a case. What do you think about this story coming out, man, by the New York Post, man, with the NYPD pretty much saying, look, man, we got a rap unit to monitor crime at hip hop shows?
I'm gonna start by answering your question. Could they be starting shit, popping shit off, doing it? Could they? Yeah. They've done it before.
Yeah.
And that ain't me being biased. That ain't me being hateful. That's me knowing facts. It's happened. So, like you said, no surprise. It's a surprise that they're admitting it because it's been so under the wraps the last 10, 15, 20, 30 years since hip hop originated, especially since gangster rap came through. So I'm very surprised that they're doing it.
Surprised?
I'm very surprised that they're making it public.
Okay.
Very surprised that it's public because dare I take it a step further and feel as though there may be rappers that are involved in that. There's some of the gimmicky rappers like you were alluding to a little bit and kind of getting to, and I'm not going to put any name to it because I don't know.
Right.
But I think that it could run that deep when you're trying to take people down. Now, you look at the people that they've obviously said that they were targeting, 50 Cent. We know that. We've seen the incident that he went through with the cop, and that was a real situation with them trying to potentially talking about killing him in a briefing.
Right.
Something on his back. And then Remy Ma obviously was in the system and still is in the system. So it's great that she's living her life. She's still sitting there under police monetization. And then 6ix9ine.
What do you think about this aspect, though, Sam, man? Because you're going to have the demographic of people who are going to say, like the commissioner said, or not the commissioner, the spokeswoman from the NYPD said, look, we assembled this unit based on things that happened before, whether it be urban plaza events, people getting shot. We need to make sure the public is safe, because anytime we know that when these rappers come out, that they bring a certain crowd of people, and this day, this date, and this date, and this date in our city, somebody got killed. As police officers, we have a duty to protect the public. So this is only for the protection of the people in the venue that we put undercover officers and cops in there to ensure that everyone is safe. What do you say to that aspect of it?
My rebuttal to that aspect would be, you put a very dangerous stigma and stereotype on hip hop. When you say hip hop tactical, hip hop police, hip hop anything, you leave a lot of room for any hip hop act to come through that isn't dealing with drama, that isn't dealing with trouble, for people that want to come out and have a good time. And there is no threat of gunshots. It's just people want to have a good time. Bullshit. And for what? because you don't have these at heavy metal concerts. You don't have these at this thing. You don't have these at that. No disrespect to what happened out there in Orlando, but I don't see there being an anti-homophobic task unit going on down there in Orlando to make sure that there's no more mass shootings going on out there. And that's to prohibit that. Or in the school, is there a school task unit to make sure no more school shootings are going on? But when you put hip hop on it and you throw that negative stereotype on it, kind of like even with Jay-Z and boxing him in to just hip hop, why do they do that? Why do they want to put just such an emphasis on that? Why? Because who originated the culture?
So do we just discount that, you did have incidents in some of these places where people were gunned down? I
don't discount it. And I don't disagree that if you want to give heavier protection to certain situations because of the threat of and the danger of innocent bystanders being shot, then you deserve and absolutely have the right to do that. And in fact, we need to do that. But when you put a name behind it and then you make that name public, it just sends the wrong message.
Right. And I would just think, the entertainers and rappers that we sure that tune into the hip hop, Uncensored podcast, for you guys just to be careful, out there moving, because we understand that some things do happen. But my thing would be, out of all the time that these clubs convene and they have shows, I'm sure like most of the time that they there's no incidents. Shit's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as somebody being killed like that, it comes a dime a dozen. I think it's just an excuse, for them to, invade people's privacy, in my opinion, and to make a name for themselves, whether it be the independent, the police department, or individual officer or detective, just to make a name for the pulling down this route.
Right.
We pulled over Dave East, or we pulled over Nas, and the officer attached to him was this, and just what I mean. I think it really goes that deep. Some people, I think that are indeed maybe even targets, and I can go into the Nipsey Hussle thing, and we talked about the LAPD and what we thought about that. You know what I mean? If anybody had the intel and the capability, it would be some of these law enforcement, in my opinion.
Yeah, 100% agree.
Yep.
And the story's not too far-fetched. You just got to look deeper, man. Don't always believe what they put out there for you to believe, and read between the lines. Talking about Dave East real quick off record. I don't know if you saw, he got a brand new whip today, brand new car.
No, I didn't see that. What kind?
Got a brand new Bentley.
Oh, shit.
Bentley wagon is dope. But he had somebody filming him walking out to see it because it's his birthday. Happy birthday to him. In his drawers. Would you ever go get a gift and have somebody filming you walk to the gift in your drawers, old guy?
So he had his drawers on.
He had his drawers on, correct. But that's all he had on. He was walking around in his drawers outside.
I mean, maybe the ladies that like that shit. I don't know. Did they? I
ain't really look at the comments. I ain't care.
Right. Yeah.
Skip leg day a lot.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
But,
I mean, that kind of is what it is.
Attention, man. I guess it's 2019. People love attention, no matter how hard.
Yeah,
No matter how hard. We seen convicted felons sit there beef online now. So.
Yeah, I seen it. That was crazy, wasn't it?
Man, look. Wow.
But it's the new day and age that we live in. Sometimes what happens is people don't even really be into that shit, but they feel like they have to do it to respond or to whatever, to meet whatever in their mind that they got to do. I don't know. It's crazy.
It is crazy.
Yeah, but you're tuned into the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast with your brother Old God and Sam. Man, we going in today on this Monday. We want everybody listening on YouTube to go ahead and hit that like button. Make sure that you subscribe to either channel that you're watching this on. Sam, man, you're gonna talk about this fight the other night. Do you think that this dude, Joshua, yeah, do you think that he threw the fight?
Through the fight, no, because he had a lot of money going on. He just got that deal with the DSN, I think it was the network that sponsored the fight, the one that also has Canelo Alvarez. He was in the line to make some good money from that.
Okay.
He had a mega fight going on, obviously, with Deontay, and everyone couldn't wait for that. That was probably going to be one of the biggest heavyweight fights that we've seen in the last couple of decades. That maybe got in question. I think that when you look at Andy Ruiz, and he looks like a boxing version of Gabriel Iglesias and Gonzalez, whatever that motherfucker comedian is.
Right.
When you look at him, you can obviously or sleep on him. When you look at Anthony Joshua, and you look at him, and I think Anthony Joshua was kind of looking past this brother Ruiz, Andy Ruiz, and dude came out there and slipped a couple of them shots that went long, and he started tearing his ass up.
He looked kind of out of shape too, didn't he?
He was really fucking out of shape.
Whooped his ass.
Damn.
So what's the workout shit is like?
Nah, see, and that's fucked up. Nah.
Flabby Boy whooped his ass.
Flabby Boy whooped his ass because he didn't take Flabby Boy serious.
Yeah.
Now I think that, and I don't know if you've seen, but Deontay Wilder was pissed. He said that, I mean, he was a fraud from the jump, Everyone knew this. He was never a real champion. I think Deontay Wilder was a little upset at Anthony Joshua for getting his ass whipped and sleeping on this dude the way he did. We seen Deontay Wilder a couple weeks ago take care of his business in a vicious fucking knockout, ready to go.
Yeah.
Anthony Joshua was supposed to go in there, take care of his business when a dude that was a 30-1 underdog. Oh God, this dude beating Anthony Joshua was probably the biggest upset since fucking Buster Douglas, Mike Tyson. That's how big this shit was.
Well, it's the lesson is you can't sleep on people. You slept on him, he got his ass put on the canvas
a couple times.
Yeah, so it's just like, you know, that's just got to be the lesson. Now, this guy who wins, is he going to fight Wilder or?
Well, I mean, now he got 3 belts.
He should.
So I mean,
knocked out,
and he's a Mexican. You know, he got a hard head. You know how they go. The Mexican fighters are fucking as brutal as they come. He got a lot of confidence, but so did Buster Douglas. And the second Buster Douglas went up against Evander Holyfield, he got his head knocked off. And he fucking lost them belts. So I don't. I mean, you got Tyson Fury in the mix too. Yeah, the boy that gave Wilder 12 rounds of hell up until the last couple of seconds. So it's a great heavyweight division right now. Something we're gonna have to pay attention to. Something we're going to cover a hell of a lot more. We're gonna be doing these post fights, and
it's coming, man.
We're about to get busy with this shit, man. And I'm glad the heavyweight division is getting to where it is, especially post Mayweather. This is what we need to see, man. But come on, Joshua, get your shit together. The people in UK, because we got a great UK fan base out there, man. What's up with your boy, man? Y'all gotta let us know, man, because y'all was riding for him. Y'all was saying that he was gonna give Deontay Wilder a piece of his fucking business, and give Deontay Wilder an L. And I don't know, Deontay Wilder put that brother that I seen a couple days ago to fucking sleep. Yeah. This is what it is.
Definitely, man. But yeah, you're tuning to the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast with your brother, Old God is Sam, man. We going in today on this Monday. If you're listening to us on Spotify, Google Play, or iTunes, go ahead and give us a 5-star rating. Why don't you? We do appreciate it.
Let us know
right now. But yeah, man, it's actually what. Let me see what.